Hi, I'm Bruno Reddy, Head of Maths at King Solomon Academy. I think the people who would choose an A-level in maths or in further maths are good at problem solving, they are natural, logical thinkers, and they've probably got an eye on a career in things like banking, finance, accounting, engineering, computer science, business, architecture, medicine, any of the sciences, that kind of thing.
Why might someone want to study history at A-level? The obvious answer is that history is a fascinating subject, full of amazing stories, incredible narratives, concepts, ideas. The course that we've chosen here is one that allows students to investigate different time periods, so the Middle Ages, early modern and right up to the 20th century, as well as being quite an international course as well, so you get the chance to explore some Russian history, some American, some early European, some British history, some Middle Eastern stuff. It's also a subject I think that develops skills unlike no other. It's truly independent. I think it's the most university preparatory kind of course that you can do, because it's all about your research, you creating arguments and ideas for yourself, investigating the writings and works of other people and seeing how it all fits together. And ultimately it's a course that you would own as a student.
Biology is A-levels probably going to be taught by Miss Fountain, and if you have an interest in biology that you've been studying so far, so you've been interested in cells, if you want to maybe move on to do veterinary science, dentistry, medicine, it's the A-level for you.
Hi, I'm Miss Morton and I'm Head of English here at KSA, very proud to be here. I am extremely excited about A-level English because it's just going to be amazing. So many books, so many themes, so many things to learn. We're talking about love, we're talking about the Gothic, we're talking about everything that really makes the world turn on its axis. That is English.
So I think that people should study A-level geography because it is an incredibly important subject in our ever-changing world. So outside we have lots of issues to do with our environment that are changing every day. We have issues to do with population and people that are changing every day. And people in the future will need the skills that geographers develop in order to solve our global issues. And it's an incredibly interesting subject, whatever you're into, whether it's towns and cities or agriculture, rivers and coasts, tourism, natural disasters. There's just such a huge range of topics that you can study as part of geography.
Music A-level is a really good subject to combine with any arts subjects or any science subjects. It's a really good combination, especially when you're choosing your AS levels. It might suit some people to have it as their fourth subject and something that they might just be doing to AS, but also it's a very specialist subject, and if you've enjoyed it at GCSE or you really enjoy playing your instrument, it could really suit you. It doesn't mean that you intend to do music at university. It's something which will extend your creative options and demonstrate the other side of your skills that you won't necessarily get to show off in other subjects.
Chemistry will probably be taught by myself, and if you're interested in chemistry, you're probably looking for careers in the physical sciences, probably looking to work in a lab to make medicine, pharmaceuticals. There's also a key A-level if you want to do medicine and veterinary science, probably more important than biology. So that's what's a good A-level for.
Government and politics is important because politics shapes a lot of our lives as citizens. So wherever you go in the world, the decisions that you take day after day about the bills that you pay, the food that you buy, the clothes that you wear, they're all on some level shaped by the politics of the country that you're in at that time. And I think the Government and Politics A-level course allows you to explore that day-to-day aspect of how politics is important for us as people. You also look at the traditional kind of electoral politics, so how people vote in elections, why people vote, why some people very often choose not to vote at all. We look at politics from mainly a British point of view in Year 12, so we look at the British political systems, the sort of traditional parties, the Conservatives, the Liberal Democrats, the Labour Party and other sort of slightly more outlandish parties as well that come into play. But we also look, especially in Year 13, at politics from a much broader point of view. So we look at different types of politics, fascism, liberalism, communism, and we look at how that affects the people that are involved in those political structures. I think it's a course that allows you to take many different directions. I think it prepares you for careers in many different walks of life. I think it's highly regarded by universities, and above all else, it's just a fascinating thing to study.
Physics is a key A-level that you should do if you're interested in doing anything to do with astrophysics or astroscience. If you want to get into engineering as well, physics is absolutely key.
I believe that everybody should study religious studies at some point because it builds tolerance and it builds an understanding of how our society fits together and how people worship their faith. But I think as you go up through school towards GCSEs and A-levels, I think religious studies allows you to understand your own faith, if you have one, start to study it on a more deep level and understand how your religion came into existence and how it's grown and developed over the years. The course that we have at King Solomon Academy is one that is designed to help people contextualise their faiths into modern society. So looking at the challenges of being a Muslim living in Britain, looking at the reasons why Christianity as a religion has started to perhaps decline in terms of numbers of people worshipping their faith frequently in the UK. Questions that are quite big and quite important for us to understand how religion fits into our day-to-day lives. I think religion is something that has fascinated people for a very long time throughout history. It's created controversy, started wars, and I think that studying religious studies at A-level allows you to question those things, but also understand your own religion and appreciate it a little bit more.
That you're choosing other subjects for A-level that aren't music, but that you're an excellent musician and have played in lots of orchestras before. And at KSA, there is definitely the opportunity to take part in these things. So we really, really encourage you to. We'll be running tours abroad. There are lots of opportunities to perform outside of school at events. And we have our large orchestras within school that we would really welcome you in.
In a completely non-biased way, I would say English is the best A-level to choose. And the reason why is because you get to read amazing books, you get to discuss them, you get to argue issues about every subject. So English is a multidisciplinary subject, and it means that you get to learn a little bit about history, a bit about politics, a bit about philosophy, sociology. So if you're really interested in a lot of different subjects, English is a good way to make all of those interests come together.